allies from Europe might have tried everything to save the Iran nuclear deal. In the end, their advice fell on deaf ears.
We will be instituting the highest level of economic sanction. Any nation that helps Iran in its quest for nuclear weapons could also be strongly sanctioned by the United States.
Now, the fate of billion-dollar business deals hangs in the balance. And it's not just the NATO alliance which is at risk. Trump's decision could also hurt US-India relations.
Bottom line for India is that it needs to, carry out what I have described as a very delicate diplomatic dance, right? How does it manage to maintain its growing economic relations with Iran while not aggravating or antagonize a U.S. friend that it very much wants to continue to work with?
When it comes to economic partnerships, India has a lot riding on Iran, especially when it comes to energy. As of last year, Iran was India's third biggest oil supplier.
Even as the government in India talks a big game about building out its non-renewable energy programs, particularly in terms of wind and solar, it continues to really focus on resources like coal, but also oil and gas. Naturally, it's going to want to look to a place like Iran.
India wants to double its natural gas use by 2022. Without Iran in the picture, it could be entirely cut off from a key energy source.
Central Asia has huge numbers of bountiful natural gas reserves, but it's a very difficult area for India to access because Pakistan does not provide transit trade rights to the Indians. So it's very difficult to get into Afghanistan and Central Asia by land. Iran is a very important energy partner and more broadly economic partner for India.
If India succumbs to pressure from the US and cuts ties with Iran, it could have far-reaching consequences on its influence in the region.
So if Iran feels that it's not going to get as much business from India, Iran could consider figuring out a way to contribute to the China-Pakistan economic corridor. If there's something that one could say about the Modi government, it's that it's, in my view, has very effectively managed to balance these very delicate diplomatic relations. I think that it should be able to figure out a way to strike the right balance between its ties to Iran and its ties to the United States, just as, for example, it's been able to find ways to manage its ties with the Israelis and the Palestinians.